You mentioned the Chinese Parliament concept where on one of your missions, a decision needs to be made.
Okay, fellas, a set of orders from the boss, and he says, okay, you're going in, and this is what we want you to achieve, which is always the SAS way. The SAS, they don't tell you, you will do this, 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 and this. They'll say, well, this is the task, this is what you've got to achieve, come up with your plan. The 3 patrols were in isolation, and Andy's, my patrol commander, comes back and he says, we better get our heads together.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're all sat round, remember it well, all 8 of us, and we're all chipping in as you want. This is what we call the Chinese Parliament. What it came down to was that we wanted to, as well as get in there, we wanted to be able to do was run. If we needed to, we wanted to put distance between us in a situation as fast as we can. And the only way we were going to do that, by the time you looked at the load that you would have to carry on foot, by the time you're carrying all your infantry gear, all your food and water, and your OP supplies, plus your ammunition, you put that load on your back, you're staggered and you've got no speed of movement. And we decided, we're taking vehicles, end off, and we came up with a simple plan. So my mind was really good. Okay, so we'd get dropped from the helicopter, and when we'd done all the normal SOPs, we'd drive to OP position, right? So we'd see the MSR in the distance, we'd say, okay, we go get what we could get, a bit of high ground, and we'd drop off the OP patrol. That was going to be the front vehicle, that was going to be the Pinky patrol, which was my patrol. We'd drop all the stores off, and then the rear protection would split their patrol, their 4-man patrol, down into the 2 vehicles, and take the 2 vehicles away. The OP patrol would be watching the target. We would have comms with the rear protection. The rear protection would be with the vehicles, obviously a tactical distance from the actual vehicles. So that was our plan. The point being that if there was going to be a bump of the OP patrol, if they were compromised and they had to run somewhere, then we had an ERV a mile away. We would say contact ERV, and the vehicles would pick up and move straight to the ERV. So they would be they would pick us up. We'd have run from the OP. On the other hand, if the vehicle protection got bumped, then they would just move to another RV.
Okay, and let you know.
Let us know we are now at, and we would carry on watching. And that was the plan. That was a good plan. It gave us confidence that we were going in.
The Chinese Parliament concept, how does that work?
It's the value on the opinion of the people in the group who, at the end of the day, are going to have to make this thing work.
Yes.
Then you ask them what they think, and it's basically as simple as that. We sit down, we say, this is the problem, lads. Anyone know anything about it? Oh, I might know something. Oh, I worked on something like this a while ago. Well, no, I haven't got a clue. Right, well, what we're being asked to do is this. Anyone got any thoughts on it? It seems to me like it's madness, or, it seems to me like there's only one way to do this, and that's to go down here. But then the enemy might know that there's only one way to do this, so we've got to come up with something else. Hey? So I would say it's, you get your team and you give them some ownership of the problem. And therefore they will have ownership of the solution.
Yes.
And at the end of the day, there might be like two fallout plans. Well, we've got to do it this way, or we've got to do it that way. And some of the guys will be going, see what you do, that's a much better way. And others will be going, no. And at the end of it, then the boss has to say, well, I'm in charge.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing.
Doing that way. Yeah.
And even those guys who totally supported that one, who might think that's a much better plan. At least they've been heard. They have some ownership.
Yes.
So that's a military Chinese Parliament. I would imagine that you'd be a fool that if you run an organisation that you don't have something that is pretty similar, where you bring in your stakeholders and you bring in the people who have got to make this happen. Whether it's you're working in a card factory in Birmingham or you're 250 kilometres behind enemy lines, and you sit down and you say, this is what we've got to achieve. Anyone got any good ideas? Because that's what a Chinese Parliament is, and
I do them all the time. They are the best system. I will do a Chinese parliament where my video kit doesn't work in front of a class of 30 kids and say, right, fellas, who knows something about this?
Oh, that's fantastic.
And they go on, and there's always a volunteer, and you say, what do you know? And can you fix this? Are you sure you can fix it? Let's go.
That is fantastic. Yeah, that's something we can all learn from.
I do not imagine there's any other way of doing it. I'll give a little bit of advice to the lads I work with now. And I say, if you want to get it on in life, surround yourself by people who know what they're doing.
Yes.
I'm well aware of my weaknesses, if you like. But what I'm good at is picking up other people's strengths and distilling them down and saying, right, here's my plan. And it's all from guys who I consider, you know, subject matter experts or whatever, then you've come up with them. I mean, to some degree, that I would say that's the only way you can do this.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, some people are automatons and, you know, they think they've got it right. They think their way or the highway. And, well, I look at that and I just think that's foolish.
I think so too. Yeah. Surround yourself with yes men. That doesn't end well.
No, but with capable people who know their subject. And use them to plan to make you can get their expertise and come up with your plan, you know, because they're going to run that side of it. He's going to run that side of it. He's good at that. We're all going to work together. At times I'll coordinate it, and I'll look good because it'll be my plan. But actually, it's because none of it was my plan. It was just I coordinated it.
Yeah, fantastic.